You're listening to Fast Facts, Ask the Expert DSO edition with Val Dangler, brought to you in part by Cranberry, supporting clinicians for more than 30 years. Stay tuned after the episode for a very special message. Welcome everyone into this month's Fast Facts, Ask the Expert DSO edition. I'm joined again by Val. Val, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me back, Andrew.
All right. So the question I have for you for this month is maybe a little bit, I don't want to say it's going to be too basic, but it's also just, I guess, interesting for adults and fluoride and hygienists. So it might be a tough question. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
So why does it seem that DSOs push fluoride varnish so much and not just on children?
So the question is, why does it seem that DSOs push fluoride varnish?
I added the seam because it's a perception. I think I already know where I feel on that one, but sorry, listeners, I already kind of peeked behind the curtain on that one.
So pull the curtain back, and I'm going to give a two-pronged answer to this question. First thing I'm going to say is, I used to teach dental hygiene, so I'm always an educator first, right? I lecture, I'm a speaker. I'm passionate about what's best for patients. I'm passionate about making sure that we're taking care of the public. So I personally feel that fluoride varnish and other types of, MI paste or anything like that helps, with mineralization to help our patients protect their teeth for a lifetime is crucially important. And when I think about when I was an educator and a student, by the way, we would perform that at the end of the appointment on every single patient. We didn't ask how old they were. Think about it. When you're a student and you're in school, we didn't ask. It wasn't until we went to the real world and then we were told by the office managers or the benefits coordinators, like, oh, they can't have fluoride because their insurance doesn't cover it. Okay. So how do you overcome that challenge? And that's changing the consumer mindset, because we unfortunately feed it into the consumers that you can only have this done if insurance pays for it. And that's not the case. We want to do what's best for our patients and then let them know what their copay is going to be. The second thing I think I'll comment on is kind of in addition to that is, why do the DSOs, when they get the term, maybe push it? Well, let's hope that it's a part of their clinical systems processes and it is a part of their philosophy of care, as I just described. But on the business side of it, it's got a great margin. Yeah. Right? I mean, you can get fluoride varnish less than $1 these days, and you've got people charging anywhere from $25 to $55 for it. It takes the hygienist a few minutes. We all know for the patient, an ounce of prevention goes a long way. It is a good preventative care. It's good care for the patient, but then it also has a good margin for the practice. And with today's day and age, with the cost of inflation and wages, and to turn over our room is, the cost of plastics and all those things, like at least, it is a service that we do provide that it does allow us to make up for some of those higher end costs.
I love that you kind of went into that direction, because I think not in the next couple of episodes, but I think we need to start talking about a little bit of business and DSO, because that, I just got all like shivery. That was exciting.
I know. I went, again, like I said, I could take this two ways. And I know, not every ways people always want to hear the business side of it, but at the end of the day, it is a business, right? And but I would never compromise patient care. And that's when people know, anyone who talks to me knows, like, it's always the patient first. Let's just, how do we be smart? Because at the end of the day, it is a business.
Absolutely right. Well, thank you very much for being here for this month. Val, how can they reach you if they have any questions?
Sure. Valdentsolutions@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you for listening to Fast Facts, Ask the Expert DSO edition, brought to you in part by our friends over at Cranberry. As a leader in infection control products, they have unwrapped a new glove with emphasis towards sustainability and reducing waste. While traditional nitrile gloves can take decades to biodegrade, their new BioNitrile glove will decompose 80% in just 1.5 years. Check out these and their full product line at cranberryusa.com or check out the show notes for the link. Thanks for listening and see you next week.